This is an Audio Wool original.
Casual Frightday. It's also Friday the 13th. Happy that for those who celebrate. Hope you're cozy where you are, and the world has gone Luigi crazy. We will, however,
Mamma mia!
we're gonna spare you from more assassin talk tonight. Instead, Hannah Kobayashi not only ruined her family, she ruined the as of now unreleased Casual Friday episode that's supposed to air in the next few days. Glad we spent so much time on that. But I mean, I'm glad she's okay. We have an update, as well as the investigation results of that October oven incident. Another update. There's a haunting experience that I missed out on in the Windy City. We'll talk about that. A couple cases of human remains being where they should not be. And drones are absolutely everywhere. We're going to talk about all that and more. And happy to have, all the way from Occupied Texas, it's Jared with me tonight.
Good evening, folks. Byron, how are you?
Good. I'm exhausted, wiped out. I've been doing a lot. This has been a wild little holiday season. Kelly and I recorded midday a new episode of Frightday about the film. You heard that right. We covered a film this week, and for that I say, whoa! It's been a while. We've been kind of locked into that RFK stuff, but yeah, we talked about Heretic.
That's right.
Have you seen it?
Not yet. How did you like it?
Oh, I don't want to spoil it too much.
Spoilers.
Yeah, but you should check it out. It's going to be dropping tomorrow on the podcast feed and at youtube.com/Frightday, of course, because you can watch the video version.
Tune in there, folks. I got to wait for it just like you guys.
Okay, well, okay. Also, I do want to say that it will be episode 398, which means that we are 2 episodes away from episode 400 of this stupid, dumb show that we have. And episode 400, we're going to be covering like a classic film like we've always done. I think we covered Jaws for episode 100. I think we did The Shining for episode 200. I'm not sure what we're going to do for episode 400, but we are going to be doing a Q&A. So, an AMA, a Q&A, an A. Are the A's different? Ask and answer.
Ask me
an A&A. And get your questions in. Contact@frightday.com is our email address. Reach out at Frightday everywhere. It's Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, or you could
call 1-833-374-4489 now to share your paranormal encounters and real-life nightmares, or to talk horror with the hosts.
Which would be my preferred method of y'all. Wait, what are you pointing at, Jared?
The people listening.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're telling them
listening
to call.
to the stinger.
It looked like it looked as if you were pointing directly at me, so I got a little nervous.
That's exact. And that's how they're supposed to feel too.
Well, yeah, good. So I am honestly just like them. We did just drop a normie roundup for folks at the FrightdaySociety.org where Kelly and I talked for about an hour and a half about all the non-genre things that we've been up to. So I have yet to. I just said a bunch of stuff. Ask us questions. We're really looking forward to episode 400. A kind of fun little celebration of our show. But right now, I'm more interested in knowing, Jared, how your week's been. What have you been up to?
The week's been crazy busy. I had a birthday. I did a birthday.
Yeah, you kind of snuck that in. You didn't tell any of us.
Yeah. I forgot kind of after it happened.
It's adult stuff. Yeah. I'm the same way.
Yeah. I've been working all week. I did like over 50 hours this week. So I've just been
busy season, man. Retail's almost over. We're almost done.
Yeah.
Home stretch.
Yeah. Well, not for us. We got this. Typically for us, this means like months more work. which is
Interesting.
great.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you have to get
But
cold
today
weather.
today was like our first big day. Monday's our next big day. So
Uh-huh.
but then I'll be in your loving arms the week after that.
That's
Byron.
right. We get to embrace and we get to do, I mean, at least a Louder Than Crowder episode, but quite possibly a
Something.
casual Friday in person in studio. I'm excited
Maybe
to
we
see you,
can
man.
do
And
rock
honestly,
and roll it, yeah.
we might do something
Same.
off mic too. We might even just enjoy each other's company.
You think
like
maybe we can go
pals.
to Wally and Bucks or something?
Yeah, we could get a burger. I mean, there's a couple new places I'd love to show you. It's been a while since you've been in town, but on that note, I have
About
been in
6
town.
months.
Yeah, not too long, I guess. I returned from a trip to the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois, not too long
That's right.
ago. And although the meaning of the trip was to try to get into the holiday spirit, we saw tree lighting in a park. We, strolled around a bit and wore pea coats and such. But I did make sure to pop into what is widely known as the most haunted hotel in the city, the Congress Plaza Hotel. Really cool. Nice lobby. I wish they didn't have flat screens in it because it's kind of super old, and the flat screens do kind of take away from it. But nice ballrooms. We wandered around. I found some really, really clean, ornate bathrooms deep in the building. It was kind of eerie. There was no one back there. But I somehow also missed at the same time a different Chicago haunted landmark that I'd like to maybe investigate a little bit. This came out maybe 2 months ago, back in October, but we'll dive in.
We are at the Haunted Hooters in downtown Chicago on Erie and Wells Street. There have been about 2 decades worth of reports of paranormal activity.
All right, what's your history with Hooters? I feel like on the show, Dennis and I have discussed that we have a unique personal experience with the franchise. Are you familiar with that?
Outside of the Forgiato Blow connection.
Oh no, Forgiato Blow it does love in Florida. Loves Hooters. Was a big fan of eating there every day for lunch, maybe even dinner. No, Dennis and I once a week we would go to trivia night at Hooters, and we would cheat on our cell phones and get free gift cards.
Okay, right.
Every week, and we would get basically free hot wings and French fries in our mid-20s. Every week. 3 Mile Island. It's a great wing sauce. The company
what's the 3 Mile Island simulacrum?
What exactly? What
is it's 3 Mile Island sauce at Hooters, but what is it outside of Hooters? What kind of sauce is that?
Man, it's fully unique in its flavor. If I'm being real with you, it's a wing sauce. On a scale, maybe. Let's see.
Says it's spicy.
It's spicy. It's hot, but it's not too crazy. Let's see how people describe it. Because it's been so long since blend
of peppers, Vinny, and salt.
Yeah, I mean, what is it here?
So this is
aged red cayenne.
Cayenne.
Yeah, jalapeno, Tabasco, and habanero. So it's just kind of like a good collection of the mid-range heat peppers,
Chicken, fish, shrimp, ribs,
Yeah.
pork chops, beef ribs.
Didn't have it on that.
Okay.
I just had it on. I was probably in my boneless era too.
And so what you can buy this pack is you can buy a 6-pack of the wing sauce.
Well, I know
you're doing boneless though.
Yeah, I know what you're getting me for Christmas. I should give out the PO box and see if I can get anyone listening.
$50 for 6 of these bad boys. That's a steal.
Seems like
out
a lot.
of my wallet.
Back to the story.
Coming.
Wait, do you have? I mean, you don't care about this place, right? One time I took
Hooters?
I took my mom to the Hooters.
You took your mom to Hooters.
We went to Los Angeles. I bought her tickets to see Mike Kinstilla's solo project Owen at the Troubadour in Los Angeles, and I took her to the what is the Walk of Fame Hooters for lunch.
Nice little right by the what's the theater?
The Chinese, Man's Chinese
there you
Theater, yeah. And it's funny because it's not like I haven't spent a lot of time in Los Angeles. I know good places to get food.
Oh yeah. I've been there with you.
I shouldn't have been at the Hooters. And the food was okay. And interesting. It's funny. This keeps coming up. I regularly, before it changed names, would in Las Vegas stay at the Hooters Hotel because it was a steal. And it was right behind
at Vegas. Yeah.
It was behind the MGM Grand. So it's like basically a half block off the strip. You're paying $50 a night. And you get pretty much the same experience. Sure, when you get up the elevator, when you look to your right, there's a surfboard attached to the wall, and everything is orange. But it's fine. It's not that bad. Yeah. So I think it gets kind of a bad name. Yeah. Like, I'm not there for the breasts. I'm not there for the breasts. I'm there for the wings and the deals.
I'm a Margaritaville kind of guy myself, if I'm honest.
Okay, I've always wanted to go. I've never been to Margaritaville.
Yeah. Well, I'll take you, and you can watch me drink a Hawaii 5-0.
Okay.
That's like a strawberry daiquiri and a pina colada twisted up.
See, Smacks in the chat is with me. In my experience, moms love Hooters.
Yeah, how was your mom feeling about Hooters? She was cool with it?
My mom was fine with it. She doesn't care. My mom is like me. She is, she's got the palate of a 13-year-old as well, so... we don't need anything too fancy to get by, but yeah, this seems like you're getting a little bit more than you order
from this Hooters. It's been written about in several different books, and pretty much any book I know
Tony
on Chicago ghost history or ghost lore mentions the haunted Hooters. Now, for many, many years, we never really knew why this building was haunted. Some deep research several years ago found that Lincoln Park and the Lincoln Park Zoo was built over the Chicago City Cemetery.
Wait, what? The Lincoln Park Zoo is built over the cemetery? I did not know that. But not the Bay and Jared. It's different. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, but he wasn't living in the basement. I know that he, took his own life, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, that's because he was about to expose child sex trafficking on a massive scale.
With remember? Scott Weiland, maybe?
Yeah. They were going to expose Hillary Clinton and Huba Abedin and the Pizzagate conspiracy. Yeah.
What better guys to do it? That's so crazy.
Yeah, I mean, new metal, right? They are heroes. They're heroes that we deserve, and they were taken from us.
One step closer to the edge.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Which eventually closed in the 1860s. But in the 1840s and 50s, when that cemetery was active, grave robbing was huge. That would be digging up fresh bodies. These guys are called red.
Whoa, I've never seen an image like that. That's how they pull them out of the ground? By the neck with a rope?
By the neck. That seems problematic for the corpse, right?
Yeah, that's really, disrespectful.
How fresh is that body? Even then, I'm just...
Have some respect. And I think the neck is stronger than you think, remember?
If you got one like mine.
Let's see that thing. I mean, it's not Alex Jones, but respectable neck. Yeah. You got a good neck.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Resurrectionists to sell the bodies to medical colleges. The medical colleges needed the fresh bodies back then to train their doctors. No one's donating their bodies to science. The policy of the colleges was if you show up at the back door at night with a fresh body, no questions will be asked.
Hang on, we go back to that drawing?
Yeah, of course. I missed it.
Look at these guys' nose and chins.
That's nuts. Yeah. Are you suggesting?
I mean, I don't think so.
That's just coincidental anti-Semitism. It's not.
This is Chicago. They got a different kind of face altogether.
Yeah, that's true.
They got a real Englishman's face, but they're.
Apologies if I jump to a conclusion, but that guy on the left, it felt a little bit.
It's getting there, but he's got the wrong hat on.
That's a good point. Yeah, and I would say, AB, I don't think anyone eats the oysters at Hooters. I don't think that. I don't even think they have them. Probably they just display it on the menu, but they don't.
Maybe on the
coastals,
the seafaring,
the
Hooters.
Floribama Hooters, or even the one in Florida where Forgiato Blow hangs out. I should text him and see if they're. The oysters are good.
If he's doing oysters there, because get closer to the sea, I guess. So.
Not a bad idea. Yeah.
Are they scraping them barnacles off there for you? I hope so.
was. If you show up at the back door at night with a fresh body, no questions will be asked and you'll be paid in cash. So it could be pretty lucrative. Once the Chicago resurrectionists got all the Chicago colleges satisfied with enough bodies, they went further out to like Michigan, Indiana, Wisconsin.
What are we going to do with all these bodies? Right? Like they just had...
they're just, this is the story of our show. I think the more that we move in is we're learning about how people dispose of bodies and how it's actually like, it's the way that people look at this is just very like, oh, you got to pay a guy, and it's true. But who are you paying? A lot of different people. There's a lot of people are doing some wild moves with these bodies.
Yeah. You know, speaking of that, I started watching
the Hooters Owl. You got to pay the Hooters Owl. Put a little cash up in his little his wing.
Always watching. There's a new Netflix documentary from the people who did Wild Wild Country. You remember that documentary?
Yeah.
It's about a guy who oh my gosh, how do I explain this? He is an Elvis impersonator who in the early 2000s was also a janitor who was cleaning out a morgue because one of the pipes was plugged up with like body parts and blood, and he looked in a refrigerator and found some cut up body parts, including a head, an arm, some other things, and they had barcodes on them. So he believed that the body parts were being sold to different places. So he kind of dedicated his life to exposing the black market, I guess, body part industry trade, which we've discussed on this show a little bit.
Sure.
And everyone called him crazy until one of the people that he had been targeting did eventually get convicted of doing exactly that. So this lunatic Elvis impersonator, janitor, conspiracy theorist felt very, very vindicated in this discovery. And that's where I am currently in the show. What the heck is the new one called? Is anyone else seeing this? Return of the King, The Fall and Rise of Elvis Presley is not that. That sounds like it's actually King of Tupelo? Tupelo? T-U-P-E. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Gosh. It's a 3-part docuseries about that. Yeah. The first episode seems really interesting, so you should definitely check it out, guys. But back to this. You're right, though. I mean, yeah, once they had their fill of bodies in Chicago, you're not just going to give up and quit and go home and get a real job, you know. You're going to try to sell these bodies to Michigan.
If you got a racket, you know.
Keep it going.
Why? Yeah, it's very hard to quit once you're making money.
Indiana needs bodies. Wisconsin needs bodies.
Those bodies, they brought them to a building that was here before the Hooters existed.
Bodies.
And they would put them somewhere in this basement, some in the alley behind the building, in pickle barrels. And the pickle barrels were labeled poultry until they could distribute them to the medical colleges.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Also, I've heard that this was a brothel before, the building that was here prior to the Hooters being here. And one of the managers just related to me that a few of the victims of the Eastland disaster, another story that we covered, boat that tipped over in the Chicago River in 1915, were brought here to a temporary morgue. I know there were several temporary morgues throughout the area. This apparently was one of them. Now, for decades, people have reported, especially down here in the basement. They say employees don't like going in the basement. They tend to see like shadow figures down here. Manager just recently told me some of the experiences that she had going up the stairs or coming down the stairs. She felt like someone was coming either up or down those stairs right behind her. Upstairs, it's been reported for years that people say electronics in the building tend to act weird, like things will power down for no reason and they'll power back up.
Sounds like bad
One of the
power.
beliefs is that spirits use electronics to do, you know, whatever they need to do. People have also seen some apparitions in the alley. People that look like these old-fashioned, like 19th century possible grave robbers.
Wow. I can't believe I missed it. You know?
You didn't see him?
I just didn't go. I didn't turn up. I missed the scoop.
The
and
medical
unfortunately, yeah, here I am. You know. So it turns out they're putting dead bodies next to big old where now they put big frozen bags of French fries.
Yeah, Cisco branded treats down there. See, like my big thing with Hooters is that I'm not a huge fan of the wing with the breading on it. Like I'd rather just go like a naked wing with like a dry rub.
You do
like
a dry rub.
Well, like I like a lemon pepper. I like to go like 5 lemon pepper and then 5 like buffalo or something like that, right?
That's just not for me, man.
So the wing, the lemon pepper is not for you.
No, it's not for me. I'm a bit of a heat seeker. Yeah. Of course, I like a lot of spice on my wing.
I want both things.
You like flavor though. It sounds like you're.
Give me the gamut. Run the gamut.
So that's kind of cool.
I went to barbecue chicken earlier, which is like I guess like a Asian fried chicken spot.
Yeah.
Because like earlier this week there's like a local favorite. Everyone's like so excited. They're getting their new spot, so I went and got the new spot. I'm not going to throw the names under the bus because I just want, I'm just saying.
Maybe in the chat says salt and pepper or real buffalo wing. Some old school flavor choices there. Buffalo's good.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Blue cheese with that?
Oh, I love blue cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, more than ranch. What are we doing? Well, I say that's a childish move if you're eating wings.
Yeah,
ranch?
I want a blue cheese. Yeah, I don't have a problem with it, but I prefer blue cheese. I'll even get them both just to have like a dip of a ranch. But I'm cool.
Well, you might want to put some celery into the.
Give me a little. Oh, let me put that celery in the blue cheese. Let me get a little chunk of that cheese out on that celery.
Of course, yes.
Stanky little blue cheese chunk.
Makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, so then I got this like local place. Everyone's like raving about it. I get it. It's just not that good. It just seems like I could do this in my oven, I guess, like it didn't just shake and bake wing. But then this place right down the street from them, barbecue chicken. They're doing this. It's not even barbecue chicken. It's fried chicken. But fantastic. The best. Just excellent. 1,000,000%.
Well, I might have to pop on over.
This is the one that you got to do.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're trying to do it, let's.
Well, maybe I could take like a Lime scooter 6 to 12 miles, like I usually do when I'm
down a frontage road.
That was a good one, and then I took the other one. Remember, I went all the way to that brisket place that we went to. I went like another 8 miles.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why I'm spending $27 on Lime scooters.
Just so you could feel the wind in your hair.
Oh, it's very dangerous. I've wrecked way too many of those e-scooters. But
I was gonna say, you took a spill.
A couple nasty spills. But
remember, you were like holding your arm to your chest, like.
Well, and then I think I lost an exclusive print from South by Southwest on that journey out to the brisket place. But you did buy me some nice sodas, so that's nice. Well, no, I think I actually bought those, didn't I?
Oh, I don't remember, but we went.
It doesn't matter. We had a wonderful time.
The United States of Soda.
Yeah, that's some good stuff. I have a new soda here.
Really good.
I have something called Live or Live. I think it's Live.
Live. Is it culture?
Yeah, that was kind of my guess. Organic living soda. So yeah, Live.
Yeah.
Live. Not Live. Gut supporting pre, pro, and postbiotics. It's got all three. It's the triple threat of a soda. Gut supporting goodness. The flavor is fountain cola, which is kind of fun.
I know Smacks in the chat probably about the live sods.
Have you seen these before? They look kind of fun.
I've seen like if you go to Whole Foods here, that's the only drink that they have on the shelf is like every probiotic.
Yeah. You gotta get your biotics in. Let's I guess
probiotics.
It's time to get a little bit dark. Do we want to drop some updates?
Oh yeah, we spent a lot of time talking about some stories last week that were harrowing for families.
Let's wrap up the Hannah Kobayashi saga. I think that might be a good idea. I found a. I guess I keep finding all of my sources on TikTok, which is annoying because I have to download them manually and then drag them into Google Drive and then play them here. But that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
That's all right.
They just revealed the full story behind Hannah Kobayashi's disappearance, and the details are absolutely insane. Okay, so stick with me because this gets a little confusing, but her goal in all of this was apparently to fly to New York City with her fake husband to create proof to convince immigration officials that her marriage was real. So Hannah was traveling with 3...
So by the way, she's okay. She has gotten in touch with her family. She is no longer missing, and this is what she was up to.
People, including her ex, Amun Miranda, his own green card wife, Marianne.
Wait, you're laughing at that guy's face?
Just the photo they decided to use was...
I mean, yeah, when you consider Hannah Kobayashi, she's a very beautiful young lady, you know, then you get to see her partner for the first time. He's looking kind of rough, kind of a scraggly, bit of a loser type character.
Yeah,
but
a bit of a Kyle.
Seems like both of them were up to no good, if I'm being honest. It turns out.
His own green card
allegedly.
Wife, Marianne, and an Argentinian national that she secretly married, Alan Kakaise, who was also the boyfriend of Marianne. They planned this whole trip to take pictures and make their marriages seem more legit so that it would be easier for Alan and Marianne to get their documents. But what was in it for Hannah that she would take such a big risk and do all of this? Well, apparently Kakaise gave her $15,000 to marry him so he could get a green card, and he promised her a similar amount after he got the documents that allowed him to stay in the U.S.
So I guess we should just really simplify this. Turns out Hannah Kobayashi, I always thought this was kind of weird that she was traveling to New York City with her then ex-boyfriend because they'd already booked the tickets, and it's just so inconvenient to cancel, so they might as well just go on this vacation they planned and part ways when they arrive in New York. But turns out maybe they weren't broken up, and maybe they each were doing individual green card marriages to Argentinian folks who were also dating in an effort to get both of them into the country legally for cash.
Well, what I heard is that they spent like most of the end of the summer, kind of was like too hot, so they're kind of hanging out inside, and they were watching a lot of ABC's Wife Swap.
Oh,
that one?
Classic episodes of Wife Swap, yeah.
And they got to the King Curtis episode, and they're like, "What if we had our own King Curtis?"
And King Curtis is the punk rock guy who doesn't like rules or healthy food, right?
Yeah. He wants to eat bacon. Bacon's good for me.
Bacon is good for me. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I love him. That kid's a hoot. How's he doing today?
I did see recently that people tried
I need you guys to help me in the kitchen to fill the...
cancel him, maybe.
Wait, why?
This crap. Yeah.
He hates that crap.
Oh, I don't think it's on the show.
Definitely no cheese in the can. Very happy to be throwing this away.
It's bacon.
No, I want my bacon. I gotta tell you something. Bacon is good for me.
Great. Classic. So yeah, I mean, you can be inspired to want your own little King Curtis in your life. So sometimes that takes a little bit of
swapping
fraud.
A wife.
A little bit of fraud via swapping. And this is not an instance of the pineapple lifestyle, just so people know. This is not swinging.
Yeah, apparently not. Yeah, this is an instance you want to conjure a King Curtis.
Sometimes you gotta
swap a wife.
Let's wrap up this.
Pretty simple math.
This update.
Hannah even told her coworkers about the secret marriage and her whole plan, but they kept it on the down low so that she wouldn't get in trouble. They have yet to give a reason on why Hannah came back or any explanation from her. But I think the saddest part about this is that a simple call or text could possibly have saved her father's life.
I would say more than likely would have saved her father's life. For people who don't know, her father, after almost 2 weeks of searching, did end up dying by suicide after he jumped off of the parking structure at the LAX airport. Just like, I don't know, this may be incriminating, but if I was ever planning to do a green card marriage scam, I would probably tell my mom. Like, I'd say, hey, Mom, I'm going to get $15,000 if I marry this person and bring him to the United States. I'll give you like $1,000 to not be mad at me. How's that? Like, there's no way I would let the country think I'm missing and push it to the point where my dad took his life, you know? I think my mom would understand. Maybe I just have a cool mom. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I don't know.
If you went missing, would your mom rather you be like doing fraud or sex trafficked or in a cult, you know?
Oh. Yeah, probably the cult one.
She would much rather you not defraud the United States because she has respect for the country.
At least I'm around. At least I'm like being social, you know?
I guess that's nice. Yeah. I mean, that was the angle I was kind of hoping for was, joining up with the Twin Flames call up in Oregon. But turns out it's just so much more boring than that, and tragic, honestly. Like,
yeah, terrible.
Senseless.
This guy died. He jumped out of a parking garage or whatever, right?
So let's run through the news about it, I guess.
This just into the newsroom. The family of Hannah Kobayashi says that she has been found safe. Kobayashi's family says that she vanished after flying from Maui to LAX last month and missed her connecting flight to New York. Her family received a few cryptic text messages from her, but did not hear directly from her. Police later said that they believe she missed her flight on purpose and found her on surveillance video walking willingly into Mexico. They classified her as a...
Wait, he is kind of struggling.
On surveillance video walking willingly into Mexico. They classified her as a voluntary missing person.
Tom Brokaw would have never done that.
Closed the case. No details yet on how or where she was found. In a statement from the family, it reads in part, quote, "This past month has been an unimaginable ordeal for our family, and we kindly ask for privacy as we take the time to heal and process everything we have been through. We want to express our heartfelt thanks to everyone who supported us during this difficult time."
Hail Satan. Bad situation. Really a huge bummer. I don't even know. Then the sister, who's been very vocal, she was on the news quite a bit, came out and made a statement.
We're learning new details about the Hannah Kobayashi case. A day after her family announced the Maui woman has been found safe, her sister Sydney posted a long statement on social media, saying in part that she and Hannah's mother have not physically seen Hannah, but they have spoken to her over the phone and that Hannah does not wish to return to them. Sydney says throughout the experience, they have not once lied and did their best to manage all the information they received. Regarding the GoFundMe page, Sydney says they have kept all the receipts to show where the funds have been used, and on the page it says any donor who would like a refund can submit a claim by December 18th and it will be honored.
So Jared, you did mention you couldn't quite hear that. It sounds like well, Hannah doesn't want to return to her family, which is kind of a brat move, but it was a brat summer.
I heard that, and then it sort of fell apart there.
Kind of got weird. Also, the family asking for some time to process this, and they can say it's a nightmare. This is an absolute nightmare, but they also are offering to refund the over $50,000 that they received on GoFundMe, which, I don't know. If you donated to help search for this woman, would you ask for a refund? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Her family is kind of the true victim in this. I think the family's like the actual victim in this case. What are you drinking? That is very rich red.
It's mixed berry lemonade. So tart.
Yeah, it looks intense. And is that a Jonathan Davis from Korn outfit on your couch behind you?
Oh, yeah, it is. Yes.
Okay. So you got yourself an outfit there.
Yeah. Yeah, I should put it on next time.
Well, next time. Yeah, there is going to be a next time. And there's one more video No, actually, it's just more about the family offering to give some refunds. But let's play it just to check your audio.
New details tonight. The family of Hannah Kobayashi making one last effort to put this case to rest. Now that she's been found safe, they are offering refunds to the hundreds of people who helped raise nearly $50,000 for the search effort. The family updated their GoFundMe site, explaining they're grateful that Hannah has been found safe and thanking everyone for their support. They're asking donors to submit a claim by December 18th to get a refund.
Wow, they're giving them a deadline too. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so you got yourselves the tracksuit top on at least. Very cool.
Yeah.
God, that's a look.
Basically,
I'm glad that's coming back.
All black and white. Yeah, I've got the whole thing. Got the 3 stripes.
Let's see if I can. Oh, I can change. So one thing that I wanted to do tonight, there's a lot of live feeds of what's going on in New Jersey.
There is, yeah.
Looking for drones. So I'm going to put that, a live feed of that in the top left corner of the screen. So if anyone sees anything during the night, say something and we'll take a peek at it. But yeah, that's the Hannah Kobayashi saga. I feel like we've fully covered that from start to finish.
Got one body.
Yeah. One recovered. Super sad. Shout outs to Daniel, Phoenix, and Space Soul Boy in the chat. Appreciate you. AB Yankee, I agree with you. Her poor father. That is really, really awful stuff. From one family tragedy to another, though.
Right. What are we doing?
Well,
what are we thinking?
We have an update, Jared. It's another update. We might as well knock this out. Do I have this video? Yes. The investigation is wrapped up on that 19-year-old woman who was found dead inside a Walmart bakery oven in October.
Oh, yeah. Our Nova Scotia friend.
Yeah, we have the, what would it be? The RCMP? That's not this could just be the local law enforcement. I don't understand how Canadian law enforcement works, but this guy was tasked with delivering the results of that investigation.
Good afternoon. On October 19th, police responded to a sudden death of a 19-year-old woman at Walmart on Mumford Road. The woman, who was an employee...
It says right there, Halifax Regional Police. So thanks, Jared.
Employee of the store
RCP.
Was located deceased in a large walk-in...
HRP. God, I'm bad at this. I'm so bad at this tonight.
In the bakery department. We understand there have been many questions about what happened. Thorough investigations take time. As a part of the investigation, we conducted several interviews, reviewed video footage, and worked very closely with our partners at the Nova Scotia Department of Labor and the Medical Examiner Service. We thank everyone for their patience.
Can you pause real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Go back about okay, yeah.
We
Look how
conducted
far
several
his eyes
interviews.
go over.
How far what?
How big is the screen that he's reading off of?
It seems massive.
Look, it's like
it's at least 50 to 70 inches.
If his eyes are eating corn on the cob, they're going all the way across that thing.
He's a typewriter. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, this is great.
Reviewed video footage and worked very closely with our partners at the Nova Scotia.
Look how
Department
far
of
he's
Labor.
looking over.
At this point, I'm estimating.
Why is he straining to look?
Well, they don't have a proper teleprompter, you know.
What? But how big is this screen that they're reading off of?
Maybe it's a large whiteboard. I don't know.
Yeah, they wrote it by hand.
I have no idea.
on a chalkboard.
It's pretty amazing. I do agree. Great observation.
They're moving it to the left as he's reading it. He's like, stop.
Please. Yes.
I'm trying to. This is serious.
This is very serious.
Examiner Service. We thank everyone for their patience as we worked through these processes. Our job at the Halifax Regional Police is to investigate criminality. Today, I can share that our investigation has not led us to suspect foul play. We do not believe anyone else was involved in the circumstances surrounding the woman's death. The Department of Labor and the Medical Examiner Service are continuing their work. but we do not believe the death to be suspicious. We acknowledge the public's interest in this case and that there are questions that may never have answers. Please be mindful of the damage public speculation can cause. This woman's loved ones are grieving. We have met with the family. Our thoughts and hearts are with them. People will process loss in various ways. I urge all of you to check in with yourselves and consider accessing support if you need it. Out of respect for the family, we expect this to be our final update on this case. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and that was about 3 weeks ago. It does seem like that was their final update. November 19th, they say no evidence of foul play after her charred remains were found in that oven. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't dig into how TikTok, responded to this. I assume not very well. And that's kind of why I decided to stay away from it. There's a really unhealthy trend of armchair TikTok investigators, and I don't know. I thought that they would have. I don't know. I thought that everyone, after the Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie situation, when everyone was. Do you remember the theories about like Brian Laundrie being buried underneath the flower bed at the laundry, like his parents' house? Do you remember that theory?
Vaguely, yeah.
Because, of course, Brian Laundrie, he went missing while staying with his parents, and everyone's like, oh, his parents are clearly hiding him somewhere. Turns out he did shoot himself in the head in the swamp on the day that he left his home, but his family, there was, like, people staking out in front. And, I mean, whatever. The culpability within that story is still up in the air, But, yeah. Like the amount of zooming in on stuff that people have no idea anything about. Like I just would assume that they would knock it off by now, but we're not getting smarter, it seems. Maybe this TikTok ban is actually a good thing. I don't know. Maybe it's for the best, guys.
Well, our friend the other week with the body in her backyard, the carpet body.
Oh yeah. Remember that situation? How's she?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really looked at her since that happened. We saw like one update like the week after, but it was just a real boring, like nothing's happening here.
Katie Santry. Let's see what she's up to. See if she's still kind of banking on this. Still 2.2 million. Not a lot of growth considering. She's the mommy blogger now. She's got baby Aspen updates.
Is that what's happening?
100%. And what gave you the confidence?
Oh, God, that's not good. Okay, YouTuber at 16, moved to LA at 19, moved back to Pennsylvania at 21, radio DJ at 22, engaged at 28, married at 30, baby at 31, divorced at 32, boyfriend at 33, found a rug at 34. What's next? Nice.
Found a rug.
This was 8 hours ago, and it does have 2,473 likes.
Delusion. Is that what's happening?
So, I mean, it looks like she's just a makeup daily life vlogger, but her baby
is now an Aspen fan page. Here is a picture of him from this morning. The nurses said he had a really good night. So freaking precious. You guys.
So is that her baby? Who's Aspen?
Yeah, I don't know. Aspen, baby.
It didn't
Aspen
appear like
update.
she was. Yeah, like was her baby sick the whole time? Yikes. I don't know. I told you I had bad feelings about this person, and it turns out I might be right. Just another TikTok type person.
I try not to be like I don't I just try to like leave parents and their kids out of this show as best I can.
Of course.
And when she just said having the best night ever, and there's like 1,000 wires coming out of this child's face, it's just like.
Are you how attached to reality are you? Maybe don't film that. Maybe don't film that. Like.
Yeah, what's going on with this child? I don't want to know. But also
she's doing like a TikTok dance around her.
Yeah. Doing flossing next to the baby.
Oh, she's like, oh, the baby's planking, and that's cool. We're all doing the Harlem Shake around this baby. That's just kind of displaying how old I am. Yeah, ridiculous.
Get that.
So, yeah.
Was that guy?
Who?
Uzi? DJ Uzi or something like that?
Oh, the guy who did the Harlem Shake?
Something.
We're getting real casual tonight, folks.
Loose.
Harlem Shake, internet meme. Harlem Shake. Where's the fucking song? I have no idea.
Let's see if I can find it.
Someone might. Oh, someone's trying to get cheap. We could get cheap viewers. Should I buy a couple cheap viewers? Mommy vloggers are disgusting, said Phoenix. I couldn't agree more.
Let's ask the chat.
If we should, I mean, if you guys donate some money, we could buy some of these viewers from this first-time chatter.
Yeah, do you think they'll like interact with this though?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's real. So let me close some windows. 3 Mile Island's getting closed. What else we got here?
Oh, Bauer, that's his name.
Okay, here's the menu at Hooters. Oh, that's where we were. No foul play. Yep, I think we wrapped that up. Yeah, turns out no foul play.
All right, check the chat.
What do you got here, Jared? Let's see.
That's really good.
Okay, is it gonna get us? Yeah, we can't watch this.
Yeah, we just talk over it.
No, we tried to do that once, and it didn't.
Yeah, but I'll filibuster.
There's no way. This is
imagine
work.
that I'm coming up and I'm walking out and I'm coming out of the club, and there's nobody out of the club, and it's only me, and the doors are like wide open.
Sure.
And then I look back and forth, the doors shut, and then the three of us, Dennis, you and I, we're dancing right here, going like this.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic bit. Wow, mad decent, huh? I didn't know that they released
how about
that.
them?
That's huge. 51 million. Good for them. Thanks for trying to talk over it. It's just not. It's a skill that I don't have. So I'm glad you gave it a shot.
Yeah, I tried it. I had to think about it. Timing it to the break, that was tough. I couldn't get all the words out.
No, yeah, that's okay. Quick little note here: the person who turned in Luigi Mangione apparently might not be eligible for the $60,000 reward.
Good. Yeah, don't pay him.
Yeah, let's see.
Narcs get nothing. Let that be a lesson to the rest of y'all
he's
rats.
Just eating, right? Oh, they even took a picture of him eating a hash brown. That's not good. How could you think? I know. I told you
hash brown is pretty good.
I mean, I do like a McDonald's hash brown from time to time, especially on like a road trip or something. But is this the picture of him?
That's what he's on.
Doesn't even really look like him, right?
No.
Huh. That's interesting.
A lot of people think that the note is FBI written.
Oh, I've heard that. I just don't buy it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I cannot let everyone be conspiracy brained all the time. Like, there has to be something that happens in reality that is true, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know, man. This guy's name's Luigi.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, I mean... So the rules here. A tipster can't nominate themselves to collect the reward, meaning the employee would have to be put forward by an investigating agency.
Yeah, good.
How's that work?
Money for rats.
What exactly does that even mean? You can't say, I want the reward because I turned someone in. Someone has to, like, sponsor you, basically.
An FBI agent has to come to your house with a big check.
Well, that's kind of cool. Like a publisher's clearinghouse. Yeah, except they accidentally drop their gun and shoot you. Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's different. That's a bad situation. So we've done our updates. Thoughts and prayers are out of network. Great quote from Phoenix. I do like that one. Before we get ourselves in a lot of trouble, let's get off this story. And if you want to hear us talk all about it, the latest episode of Louder Than Crowder episode 50, we get into it pretty heavily. So feel free to
Except
go check that out.
Steven has a hard time figuring out what he wants to actually say about it.
It does seem that way.
Not much of a spoiler, but
I mean, yeah, it's pretty normal. Oh, it looks like our live stream from New Jersey ended, so let me try to find another quick one. Jared, do you want to set us up for our death industry corner of the week?
yeah, you guys love when there's death industry corner, and this is also a common theme of our show here, where we talk about just sort of the death, the commerce of death, and how people are interacting with their customers and their customers' corporeal or excorporeal forms, I suppose. Things get a little sketchy. We know that. We had like the return to nature that we've been covering for the last year or so, and
Real
they had
gunky situation. Yeah.
a lot of gunk in their walls, collecting of dead bodies. And this is, see, that was what, in Arizona, Colorado, somewhere in
Colorado.
there?
Yep. Yeah.
This is all the way over in Georgia.
Oh wow. Let's
These
see.
folks.
Here we go from the GBI.
Tonight, a South Georgia funeral home owners behind bars after investigators say they found more than a dozen decomposing bodies inside the business.
Atlanta News First Adam Murphy has the disturbing details.
39-year-old Chris Johnson faces multiple criminal charges following a disturbing discovery at the funeral home he operated in Coffee County, 3.5 hours south of Atlanta.
It's obviously a terrible case.
Gabe Sterling is Chief Operating Officer for the Georgia Secretary of State's office, which provides administrative support for the State Funeral Board.
His license lapsed for a period of time this year. He reinstated his funeral director's license and his embalmer's license.
Well, all of that's fine. You can let your license lapse on accident. I mean, remember, I got pulled over one time for letting my license expire. It happens. Driving license, not my medical license.
Wait, they just knew? They ran your...
So...
How do they know?
I pulled out of a parking lot with my headlights off at night and then turned them on, and then I got pulled over. So they used that as an excuse to run my plates, and when I provided my license, and yeah, it was bad. It happens. I did it.
What's that?
No, I was going to say I did run from the police as well, but that's okay.
You ran from them?
Yeah, I ran.
Talk about that.
I didn't run from the police. Come on now.
I took a fast turn one time and I ditched the cop behind me.
Oh, really?
That was cool. In high school, yeah.
Did you actually lose? They were pursuing you and you lost them?
Had to have been. I was driving like a damn maniac.
Damn.
In traffic. Shouldn't have been. Probably driving like 70 miles an hour in a 45-mile-an-hour zone. I was 16. I needed to get to high school very quickly.
You were running late for school. There's a funny story also in Colorado, real quick, before we get back to this death industry story. This is kind of interesting. This is a police officer hopping a fence, pursuing a suspect. Standing on a garbage can, hopping another fence. Uh-oh. He's losing the guy.
2x42, he just took a scooter. He's on the road.
The suspect took a scooter, so this cop...
Did you see a guy on a scooter?
Grabs a small BMX bike.
Yeah, you thought we were going to catch you, were we, huh?
Damn. All right, so yeah.
What a little ripper, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of...
Kid's bike down in the street.
Kind of cool.
Fuck this bike.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, taking a small child's bike to pursue a suspect is kind of funny. I'm not gonna...
It's pretty funny.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's just...
If that was Dax Shepard, we'd be cracking up.
Oh, yeah, we'd be busting up for sure. That's for sure.
Side splitter. What does Roger Ebert have to say here?
Excuse me?
So what does Roger Ebert have to say here?
Oh, probably a couple thumbs, right? Oh, this guy, yes.
Totally licensed was still not renewed.
According to the GBI, Coffee County deputies discovered 18 bodies in various stages of decomposition while serving an eviction notice at the business a couple of days.
How many couches?
Yeah, but you got a lot of couches.
Holy
in
shit.
there,
This funeral home has so much furniture in it. One large coffin. That's probably a display coffin. Also, I agree with you, AB. I hope that cop did return that bike with a thank you. Probably should have paid the kid for using it or something, you know.
I bet he didn't.
I bet he didn't, let's be honest. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 full-size couches. Plush, by the way. And that's not what you want inside a funeral home. You want firm leather. You want like something that, you know, is not going to... Come on.
Cold.
I know that they're typically these places
you're gonna put me on a hot couch while I've got a dead relative.
I don't want to be comfortable. You're not supposed to be comfortable in a place like this. Like,
Well, what are we waiting for, the freaking DVD menu screen to hit the corner?
Yeah, no thanks. And then a couple just like straight up like lazy boy style chairs, which is also not what you want. This is interesting. Is this personal storage? It might be.
Yeah, they're just. I mean, it definitely is body storage. Why wouldn't they just be dumping their shit in there too?
I guess.
Days ago, investigators say the official charges against Johnson are 17 counts of abuse of a dead body.
The whole situation is disgusting.
Angela Howe lives near Johnson Funeral and Cremation Services and is unsure if her loved one has been impacted.
And I hate the thought of my dad being there. And I pray he's not. He wasn't. But if he was, I'd rather it be him than a child.
Okay, really confusing.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
Her dad wasn't in there,
Well, she
but if
said
he was,
she said, I hope he wasn't. And I would hope that, you know, I would hope that she would know where her dad was prepared at, you know. I mean, maybe she didn't, maybe someone else in her family dealt with it, but I don't know. I feel like you have a general idea, right? Or you could find out, like, you could ask someone.
Yeah. Well, the people that you're gonna ask are gonna be like, you know, in jail right now.
Well, no, I mean in there, like I'm just saying at this place.
Well, at what point? Yeah, but
it's a funeral. Did they have multiple locations?
She
She paid these guys for a service, right? Like, she's saying she hopes that he's not still in there.
Let's go back.
Yeah, let's listen to this all again.
I hate the thought of my dad being there. And I pray he's not. He wasn't.
Wasn't and not, but I mean
he wasn't.
He wasn't? Is that what you're saying?
He wasn't.
It sounds like he may have been there, but I still
feel.
No,
she say he wasn't.
Okay, she prays that he wasn't, but
no, he wasn't.
But if he was, I'd rather it be him than a child.
Okay.
So maybe.
I mean,
sounds pretty back and forth about it.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, what a horrific situation. If I have different ideas about the value of a body once the person has passed away, but you know, if you have strong feelings about that, then yeah, you have all the right in the world to feel like that.
I don't want my dead corpse in a former Pizza Hut. You know what I mean? Unless
I hear you.
I only want my dead corpse in a current Pizza Hut. Do you understand?
Yeah. Well,
I want. And as a side note and a tangential, no, I want them to bring back the buffet.
Okay.
And I want them to have brought it back at the one that I will have died in.
Sure, of course, yes. So you can haunt it
Just
forever.
Saying.
You know that Pizza Hut for the longest time, I believe, was the largest purchaser of kale. Yes, exactly.
You're damn right.
Pizza Hut buffets, which is kind of interesting.
Crazy, right?
No one was eating
the
kale.
Big leaves.
Yeah, they were just using it to set like pudding trays and
decorative
stuff
leaf.
Yeah, weird. I do feel you, and I feel for this lady. I hate to poke at her, but
bring back the Pizza Hut buffet.
I agree. They brought back Bookett. Let's bring back the buffet.
Come on.
Atlanta News First has learned that Johnson ran unsuccessfully to become the Coffee County coroner this year. Plus, his business was not a member of the Georgia Funeral Directors Association.
There's a standard of care that has to be met regardless these are people's human remains, so you have to respect the dignity of them.
A GBI spokesperson told me it's unclear
down.
how many families have been impacted by this incident, but they are continuing to investigate and get to the bottom of it. Outside the Secretary of State's office in downtown Atlanta, Adam Murphy, Atlanta News First.
Tonight.
Yeah, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm like pro that funeral home. These guys need to fucking step it up. Like, that's why we keep talking about these stories. It's a mess. It's sickening.
So it's a meth.
Quite possibly, huh? Yes.
Maybe so.
This is
a guy.
It's
I gotta say, I like this lady's pantsuit here. I like.
Oh, I'm a big fan of a high water, a crop.
Yeah.
Capri. It's a good look.
Just rocking it.
The whole thing is great. Yeah. All right. From that to, do you remember when Frightday we were on the coast and we were recording a True Tales episode, and Sam recovered and he found a little urn in the ocean. Do you remember that? Yeah. And we opened it live. We opened it live on the podcast.
Yeah, you all took a hit too.
I didn't. There was
you all put it like in the little crook of your thumb and forefinger.
I don't think
like
that's
a little
true.
snuff.
No, we didn't take Kelly almost wasn't even in the same room with us. I actually think she may have left. I'd have to review the episode, but and you'll have to go back and listen to that to determine what we did, because I actually don't remember at all. But
it's the snuff thing, like I said. You don't
I
have
don't
to
think
go
that's
back.
true. I don't think that's true at all. But sometimes urns do find themselves in places they shouldn't be, like in this situation here.
Uh-oh.
It's just last week we brought you the story of an urn that was left behind at a Classic Cinemas in Beloit.
Okay, I've never heard of a Classic Cinemas. Is that? We used to have Carmike. I know we don't have Regal, but I've been to a Regal. But I'm an AMC guy. Do you go to the AMC theaters? Are you a Stubbs guy?
Yeah. So I don't have anything. But did you see a Movie Pass is coming back?
I did. Yeah, there's a great documentary I saw at South by Southwest about Movie Pass, and you guys, everyone should go watch that. I don't know if it's out yet, but
do you know that Bug Main owns 20% of Movie Pass? I don't know if he still does, but he did a couple years ago.
That's amazing. The doc is called Movie Pass Movie Crash. It's available now on HBO Max. Go watch it. It's a great story, and it really is. It's part of the story that I didn't know is that Movie Pass was like a black-owned business that was taken over and taken advantage of by corporate America. It was really interesting. They tried to expand more quickly and spent money and in kind of treated it as a tech startup instead of responsibly growing it. And then eventually they kicked the founder, Stanley's, I can't remember, Stacy. That's right. Stacy Spikes. They ousted him from his position of leadership, even though it was his idea. He came up with it. It's a wild story. But good news is he is now the owner again of Movie Pass. After it went into bankruptcy, he was able to buy it back. And
so he and Bug Main.
Yeah, it's Stacy and Bug Main. Yeah, kind of heading that whole thing.
Partner.
I mean, it was. Do you remember how clunky Movie Pass was when it came out?
Yeah.
You have to use. Did you use the app? Is that how it was? You select it from the app, and then it puts money on your debit card, and then you use your card to buy the ticket.
Yeah, but you could only do it like when you were at the theater or something.
Yeah, I think that was part of the app-based thing. It was using location data based on where you were. Are you pulling out your Movie Pass card? Is that what you're looking for? I can't tell if you're digging in your wallet over there.
No, I'm in the chat here.
Oh, buzz, skittle, scattle. Great. Some Bug Main fans, I see. Interesting. But I was all of that to say is when you go to AMC Films, you know how they thank their investors as well as Stubbs A-list members. I usually stand up and salute
and take a bow. Yeah.
Because I don't know how many shares of AMC I bought.
Yeah.
I bought it.
Dogecoin days. Speaking of Dogecoin,
no,
my
I bought
shit's
it
back up.
Wait, it's back
I'm making
up?
money again. Oh yeah,
No.
Dogecoin's back, baby.
No, I bought this.
Jared's got an extra $100 right now.
Oh, that's exciting. I bought this post stonks. I just wanted to support AMC because I like cinema. And I'm not doing so hot, if I'm being honest.
You down?
No, I'm not down. I think
I got a couple hot numbers right now. I'll tell you what.
Oh, it is down. Holy shit. It dropped today.
Is it? Yeah.
It dropped 3%. It's dropped 11.5% in the past week. Either way, I do get to respond.
That's pretty normal, I guess, though. It'll bounce back. Buy the dip. Buy the dip.
You think I should buy more AMC stock live on the podcast?
Yeah, get freaky with the tzatziki, baby.
It's only how much? I have 15.5 shares. I don't know if I should do this, guys. This sounds like a bad idea.
I had like $25 just chilling in my Robinhood for like, I don't know, a while. Few years probably. So I just threw it into like 4 different coins. And I've made like $5-6. So
yeah, I'll just put another. I just dropped 10K back in. We'll see.
Right on.
We'll see how it does. Either way, yeah, I do get the opportunity to let people celebrate me as an investor as well as an A-list Stubbs member. But that's kind of like the highlight of my week is usually when I go to the film and get to stand up during that part. You know.
I gotta see if AB knows if I should sell my Dogecoin. If Elon's gonna get indicted.
I don't think he's gonna get indicted. But here we are at Classic Cinemas. That was the weirdest tangent we've ever done on the show.
Today, we're speaking with the owner of that urn.
Yeah, 13WREX's Emily McMinn spoke with the woman, and Emily joins us now with more. Emily, what was she able to share with you?
Well, first of all, this guy does not need to be smirking about this. And it's an urn.
This now with more. Emily, what was she able to share with you?
What the hell's wrong with this
smile on his face. I'll tell you why.
Why? Oh.
He's thinking about taking a little hit of that snuff out of there.
Come on, no one is doing that. That's not what people do.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Well, Brittany and Derek, the woman who had the urn says it was left intentionally. She says her choice to place the ashes in the theater was not an accident, as she did it to get rid of the remaining piece of someone she had no real relationship with.
What the fuck? Wait.
What? Okay, first off, what is that seat? What they got the?
It's hydraulic.
They got the bash bar underneath it. Okay, yeah. Why aren't they
that's how you.
this thing?
Well, that's underneath one of those big seats, man. It's hard to. And honestly, they're paid nothing. And at this point, at the AMC dine-in, they don't even like.
Well, how do they even know, dude? Like, how? Okay, they got to. They're never looking underneath there, and all of a sudden, there's a freaking urn under there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of popcorn and garbage underneath the seat next to this blue urn with a cross on the front. This is a tacky choice.
It looks like a what are those?
Tortoise,
what
like
are those
the belly of a
called?
tortoise. Okay, I actually like a Fabergé egg.
Fabergé egg. Yeah,
it does have that energy.
The urn belonged to a Beloit woman who wished to remain anonymous. She says the ashes were her father's, whom she did not have a relationship with due to difficult family circumstances.
I didn't want him or his presence inside of my house. And I was going to watch a movie that day, and I decided to take it with me.
The urn.
Okay, hold tight.
What did she go to? Do we think?
Was from 2 days ago. And wait,
ago.
what's the theater? I mean, we could really actually investigate this since we don't. Classic Cinemas in
Classic Cinema.
And what's the place? Where are
you?
That's Rockford, Illinois. Rockford, Illinois, Classic Cinemas.
Mothman in the chat saying, was it Strange Addiction where the lady would take a dip of her husband or father's ashes and eat it?
I do recall. I think that's right.
I'm just saying they're taking maybe a little sniff at that snooze.
Come on now. So 2 days. Oh, I guess this happened last week. So, pardon me. Craven the Hunter wouldn't have been out then. I did go see Red One with Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Chris Evans.
Yeah. Yeah, you went and saw it with them?
I did, Lucy Liu. It was great. Well, no, I went independently with someone else, but it was fun. J.K. Simmons is ripped in it, by the way, as Santa.
Yeah.
And he's cool as hell. This is like a cool Santa. Either
cool.
way.
He's Bezos is what I heard.
Really? I mean, he walks around with this air of confidence, I guess, but he's also like a really caring guy. I liked him in this. I don't know. He seemed like a good Santa.
Missoula alum, J.K. Simmons.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. I saw him on an airplane once. He seems like a good guy. I think both of his parents still live here. Wasn't Y2K, which is in theaters now. I saw the premiere of that. I've been waiting so long to talk about this film. It's such a fucking hoot. You gotta see this.
Hey.
Have you seen it?
No, I'm thinking about going tomorrow maybe.
Kyle Mooney's
trying to find stuff to do.
Such a good director, and this is such a fun ride. Go check that out. It wasn't White Christmas, 70th anniversary. Maybe it was they're doing all these like throwback films here at this theater. I should actually move this screen over here so everyone can also see classic cinemas. Let's select a theater. Let's not actually. Let's just go off of this. Now showing maybe Gladiator 2 or Wicked. Maybe Wicked. Moana 2?
A body got dumped in Moana. A body got dumped in Wicked. A body got dumped in Gladiator 2.
Gosh. I mean, maybe we do a chat or a poll in the chat. That might be good.
I think it was. Yeah.
It's a little bit of interaction here. What movie
All right,
was
wake up.
earned? Everybody. What film was the urn dropped in?
Krampus.
What?
What is this Krampus movie down here at the bottom? Is this like
Gladiator
the
2,
Dear
Moana 2,
Dear Santa? Whatever it's
Wicked, the best Christmas pageant ever?
Werewolves.
Which is so funny because I could have swore that was the Wolfman movie by Lee Winnell that's coming out soon. They almost tricked my ass. They're trying hard.
She went to Elf.
Oh yeah, she went to the throwback screening of Elf. Great.
Dump the body.
Red 1. All right, here we go. And
What do we think, gang?
And the poll is live. Which film was the urn dropped in? Was it? Let's see. What did I write? Moana 2, Gladiator 2, Wicked, or Red 1? Let us know. We'll see in a second. And let's return to this story here. Whoa, no, I closed it. That stinks. So we'll pull it back up.
Here
we
Next
go.
results. What do we think, gang? Keep voting.
Relationship with. Or she marked the item with his name and other.
Take it with me.
The urn owner said.
Well, we can see right here what was playing. Y2K is currently playing. It looks like Red 1, Wicked. I'm not sure what else, but.
Says prior to heading out the door, she marked the item with his name and other comments so that there would be a slight idea of who he was.
Not identifiers, though, as far as last name, middle name, or any of the tags that go into cremains.
She then packed the urn and headed out the door, walking into the theater with it.
The urn was in my bag. I have a satchel, like a crossbody bag that I brought.
Someone should have checked that. She could have had candy in that bag. You know?
Yeah, she could have had a whole spaghetti.
She could have had a box of Whoppers. Well, Kelly is known for bringing full dinners. Kelly used to bring entire salads, like big bowls of salad that she would bring into films. I've seen her sneak gallon bags of pizza slices into theaters. She brought the remains of her deceased grandparents in before. She took them with her on the way out.
What movie was that, though?
Oh, I don't recall, actually.
Yeah, urn ashes are candy.
Okay. Well, I mean, have you seen these popcorn buckets? These that people are making?
Yeah, they're awesome.
The
Yeah, they're
AMC
awesome.
ones. The Dune one.
Well, it looks like Red 1 took it with 2 votes, 50% of the votes.
People, thrilled for Red 1. And I enjoyed it. I thought it was charming.
In the movie she took it into, Beetlejuice 2.
Oh!
We got it. Shit. Okay,
Beetlejuice
too.
huh?
That makes sense.
That's
huh?
appropriate, I guess.
Yeah. Wow. That's
Yeah, a
dark.
bunch of dead guys hanging out.
Just how the cookie crumbled had just happened that way. That's the movie I was going to see.
Following the movie, and with no second thoughts, the woman says she left the urn in a specific location.
I ended up putting him behind the theater seats and then underneath the theater seats.
So then when it
She
would
then
get
walked away,
crushed when the
thinking
seat
she would
comes
never
back
really
down.
hear much.
Yeah, if you hear popping and glass breaking,
Yeah.
God, that's terrible.
What was
Of her
that? Yeah.
decision.
It was just one of those, maybe he won't be found for a
Martin
while.
Starr behind
and,
the,
you know,
Oh.
somebody will just throw it away. Maybe the theater
I
will
like
post it
that
on.
they showed the they're making somebody wear a freaking suit to put popcorn on.
Well, I mean, this is what is the company called? Classics, Cinema Classics.
Yeah, you
Classic
classic
cinemas.
dead guy in the cinema there.
While, and you know, somebody will just throw it away. Maybe the theater will post it on their Facebook page, which I looked for that. Nothing happened.
Anyone
And today,
leave an
she
urn?
says she remains happy with the choice.
He's not a loved one. He's not missing. He is not of an importance to me.
The woman says she has no intentions to pick up the urn and plans to leave it at the City of Beloit's Police Department.
I think that there's got to be a place where you can actually just, well, I mean, all the time people are like spreading cremated remains, you know, there's all kinds of ash spreading.
Yeah, you're not supposed to do that, but
wait, legally you're not supposed to do that?
yeah, I think there's some amount of you're not really allowed to do that.
Like on a mountaintop, you're not allowed to do that?
Or maybe it's like
I mean, I bet there's laws.
There's like
right?
some laws, or yeah, I don't know. I had to
know
look it up.
my
Disobeyed all of
ex-girlfriend,
them.
when her sister died, she spread the ashes in the dance floor of a Lady Gaga concert. Yeah. That's pretty wild, right?
So then you're just going into the trash at the end of the night.
You know, I didn't really think too much about
like
it.
maybe with like people's shoes and their leggings might have a little bit of human dust in there.
I mean, I don't like any situation where you're forced to unwittingly participate in something. And when
I really don't think that that's okay.
You know,
actually,
it's like there's a line where like you're at a concert and someone's like blowing weed smoke at you. Like that's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying, you know. But you accept the
Let me hit
situation
it.
you're in. Well, you would be like you gotta
Let me
share.
have some of that.
But you know, if someone's spreading the ashes of their deceased sister on the dance floor, that
I'm
could be a
not
buzzkill.
consenting to that.
No, you know, and like I usually wear like nice clothes to a concert, you know, like
I saw Kendrick Lamar one time, and this kid standing in front of us. I mean, he was probably like 17, 18.
Yeah.
Like, I have to pee, and he like asked his friends out loud, "Will you guys block me so I can just pee right here into a bottle?"
Well, that's better than on the floor, right?
I guess, and but a lot of people like look there, you know, they half mooned around him, but there were so many people there that they're like the people that were just standing directly in front of him were just like, "Hey, don't take your penis out and pee right here."
Yeah, man.
Like,
They're
don't
like,
don't
nah,
actually do that.
Nah.
We heard he's just like, don't. Well, he's like, don't look, and it's like it's like it didn't happen if you don't see it. Kind of the situation is
Well,
what he's trying
that
to.
only goes so far, right? Like
And it's like, yeah, but you can't take your dick out and take a piss right here. Like you need to just like go to the bathroom if you can't hold it. Like, and then it just turned into where like probably like 10 or 15 people were all looking at him and saying like, "Hey, man, don't do it." And at this point, it's like you should have just walked away after the first person was like, "Don't do that." But he was like, "Everyone, all 15 of you, divert your eyes."
it's just if you have to have a conversation about it, like maybe just go to the bathroom, right?
Just go to the bathroom, yeah. Just let this kid back in.
So
when
apparently,
he gets back.
The U.S. federal government considers cremated remains safe and inert. To that effect, there are no law regulations prohibiting scattering or even burying human ashes on private property. But what about on public property? In the United States, it's much more challenging to scatter remains on public property than it is on private land. This is because there are often individual laws about scattering human ashes across each state, or even between different cities or counties within that state. So there's just local rules and regulations that you need to consider before you take human dust and scatter it. Yeah, seems like that. But you can legally spread ashes in the state of Montana, it seems. But you got to, again, check local regulations. So... Wait, we're talking about Disneyland in the chat. I have heard about people trying to spread ashes inside of Disneyland, and it doesn't go very well. They do not take well to that. They don't like it at all.
Oh, I'm saying now that I'm thinking it out, I said gender reveal here. You got to just put like some blue dust or whatever with your
with your cremains.
So you have to disguise the cremains as a gender reveal.
Interesting.
And then do it in Disney World so that maybe they'll let you do it there.
This is 6 years ago. People won't stop scattering ashes at Disney theme parks.
And you shouldn't stop either.
Guests often visit Disney's theme parks with the intention of sprinkling a loved one's ashes. People do have passionate feelings towards Disney. I guess that makes sense. According to the Wall Street Journal, custodians have a special code name for handling the mess. Oh no. It's referred to as a HEPA cleanup, which
we got a code, Grandpa.
References the ultrafine vacuum needed to get that stuff up. This type of behavior is strictly prohibited, and unlawful guests who attempt to do so will be escorted off the property. That's a Disney representative via the Wall Street Journal. So
what are the ghosts called at the Haunted Mansion?
Oh, wow. They put it in like pill bottles, compacts, or even Ziploc bags. That's a great way to, transport your dead relatives.
I noticed you have a Ziploc bag full of white dust.
Is that
care to explain?
By any chance a deceased relative? The Pirates of the Caribbean or Caribbean ride in the Haunted Mansion. I would never want anyone sprinkled in the Haunted Mansion. It's probably oh God. The custodian says the Haunted Mansion probably has so much human ashes in it, it's not even funny.
That rules.
Yeah, that's actually, let's be really real, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of rips.
Great.
When you're under the sea with freaking Ursula and the Little Mermaid and stuff, and it gets real scary, you go into like the dark room and Ursula's like, ah! And then there's a bunch of smoke that she blows out. Right there's a great spot to blow out all of the smoke that you've inhaled during the dark parts of the ride.
Sometimes if you blow the cremains of your dead relatives, it spells sex in the dust.
That's true. Yeah,
I saw it. I swear.
Plop down real hard next to it. Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh wow! All right. Well, this is interesting that you have this story about this the urn just kind of popping up where it doesn't belong. I found a story kind of along the same lines here about this time. It's not an urn, not even like a tiny urn that you find on the Oregon coast, but a whole coffin.
Now to a story you will only see on News 4, a mystery along the Chesapeake Bay, more than 100 years in the making.
News 4's Mark Seagraves has brought us stories.
His name is Mark Seagraves, and his story that he's talking about tonight is a coffin found in the water off the coast of Chesapeake Bay.
His penultimate report.
This is it. For Seagraves.
The next one, he's going to be Final Destination.
I mean, he should retire after this.
100 years in the making.
News 4's Mark Seagraves has brought us stories of shark teeth. Remember those?
Yes.
Dolphin skeletons. Millions of years old. Things he's found along the shores of Calvert County. But a few weeks ago, a local man found a coffin with a human skeleton inside.
And that is where this mystery begins. Of course, Mark Seagraves joins us live from the
even she can't keep it together. She thinks this is ridiculous.
Chesapeake Bay in Calvert County. More on the story. Mark, what is this all about?
Yeah, it's a mystery as to how this got here. You know, as you said, we're used to finding shark teeth, crocodile teeth, even whale bones.
He's trying to figure
along
out
the
how to
shore
get
here.
it in there.
Of course, yeah.
And honestly, it's not unusual to find
doing a bad
rare
job
human
reporting it.
bone once in a while. But the day before Election Day, a local man not far from here was combing the beach looking for shark teeth, and he made an amazing discovery. A nearly intact coffin with a nearly complete skeleton inside that appears to be at least 100 years old. George Oliver typically spends his days combing these shores looking for fossils. He never expected to find a coffin with human remains inside, but there it was.
Man, that is the life. Combing a beach every day? That's all I want to do. I want to retire now and just comb beaches.
Right now. Yeah.
I'm ready. I don't ever want to do another podcast again, if I'm honest. Let's wrap it up so I can comb the beach. Yes.
You could see there's a coffin there, but it's completely under the water.
Oliver showed us where he first found the coffin during a low tide.
The head was right here, and the feet were over there.
A month later, and another very low tide revealed the coffin again. Pictures show the human skeletal remains, including the...
I can't really see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it's a traditional pine box style coffin. It didn't have a lid, but you can see the crown of the skull right there.
Skull.
Right.
Once I found it, I called the sheriff's department. They called the Archaeological Society.
After the experts left, Oliver carefully removed the remains and dug up the coffin, concerned about what might happen if they were left behind. Oliver has pieced together the coffin. Based on the construction of the coffin and the condition of the bones, the remains appear to be at least 100 years old.
It looks kind of like small. I don't know. I mean, not like childlike, but like, people are shorter over there on the East Coast, and they used to be even shorter.
Couldn't lay in it, actually. He'd be too big for it.
Yeah.
Too wide of shoulders.
I think so. He's a broad guy, but not incredibly broad. Do you reuse that wood?
Reuse it?
Yeah, that's good wood.
Yeah, we're doing a mural on it.
That'd be kind of fun.
Make it look like where I found it, the cliff.
Maybe a coffee table. I don't know.
Based on the construction of the coffin and the condition of the bones, the remains appear to be at least 100 years old. But where the coffin came from remains a mystery.
When I first
Turn
found
it
it,
into a bench.
you could not tell that there was human remains in it. You
You
just thought
sit
that
on
was
it,
full of
just
beach
fucking
sand.
fall through
Oliver
that shit.
turned the bones
Like
over to
coffin
the Calvert
plank,
County
yeah.
Sheriff's Office. Kelsey Ward showed us the bones. She says it's not unusual to find human remains hundreds of years old, but an entire skeleton is rare.
This is probably the most we've had of one body. Typically, we might find a
Skeleton
leg
looks like it
bone
was
or
smoking
an arm
cigarettes
bone
for
or
forever.
just
You see that thing?
not this much of one.
I did miss. Oh wow!
Look at them crusty ass bones.
Oh come on!
I'm trying to bone shame this guy, but look at them crusty ass bones, Byron.
Stop it. I mean, yeah, they're dark and they appear to be crusty, but come
You
on.
look like he's been smoking cigarettes this whole time.
That guy's been bouncing around in a box. You thought that water cremation took a long time? This guy's been doing that for 100 years.
They're just washing it over his neck. He's got a weak neck. You can see that there's no spine left.
Come on, man.
We've had of one body. Typically,
He looks
we might
crispy,
find
dude.
a leg bone or
Barbecue.
an arm bone or just not this much of one skeleton, and that's just because they found it in the coffin.
While she's unable to determine
about
the
why
age,
it's
race, or
so
gender
dark.
of the remains, there is a...
I think she just broke that piece when she put it down.
yeah, it just crisped out, dude. Look at
No,
how
look at-
crispy
look at-
it
look at
is.
this.
It just
And
it
I'm
just
trying-
crumbles.
I'm on the bone side
not
here,
even-
but watch
she's not
this.
even
determine the
being
age,
gentle.
race, or
Watch this.
gender of the remains,
Ah.
there is a clue as to how this person died.
We did think it was
Just-
quite interesting
just
that he
rubbed
had
off.
a kind of a natural looking defect to his skull here.
Yeah.
If I was working this as a more recent case and I found that, I would venture to guess maybe a gunshot wound or blunt force trauma of some sort.
Okay.
But obviously not having the rest of the skull makes that kind of difficult.
The bones and the coffin will be reinterred at a local church
Bones
cemetery.
out their money, dude.
Oliver would prefer to see the coffin preserved in a local museum.
Is that who
There
they're
we
singing
go.
about?
Craftsmanship. This should be displayed.
Okay. it should be displayed. I
Yeah.
mean,
because it's money, dude.
the strangest thing is he seems to think that that piece on the bottom fits the way that it looks the way he has it there. It's a good
Yeah,
4 or
he thinks
5
that's
inches.
right, dude.
No, it's not right. It's like 4 or 5 inches
No, he
in the
knows
wrong
it's right.
direction. No.
This is archaeologists that are just freelancing for dug up a coffin out of the water. These are the guys that are discovering dinosaurs, quote unquote, and
Well,
then they're making
and they're mud fossils.
they're
instead of
doing
dinosaurs.
Jurassic Park,
I
They're
like
making
this
the
guy.
Bronchosaurus or whatever, Brachiosaurus.
I'm truly jealous of him. And I want his life. Okay.
Oh, he had rich parents, dude.
Yeah, that's probably it. I mean, he is over at Chesapeake Bay, so yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, a great story here. Let's see. Let's see.
It's
if
an
there's-
incredible story. It is.
Got long hair like that.
They even agreed with me. Did you hear that?
Yeah. It is.
It is a great story.
It's an incredible story.
It is.
Thank you. I've told you again.
And I'm surprised at how much of it there is.
Right.
I'm surprised that there were so
Bigfoot
many
down there.
remains.
Someone's gonna
left,
shoot at him.
And you can see how open it was. And there was no way that it was moving because it was 3 inches deep in the clay. It's a shame that it had to happen the way it happened, but I think it's awesome that at least we found him or her, and now they'll be able to rest, hopefully.
Phoenix in the chat saying I was surprised that he was allowed to just take the coffin home. I wonder, can you keep an old coffin if you find it? Let's see what AI says. Yes, in most cases you can legally keep an old coffin if you find it, but it's important to check local laws and regulations. Well, I think that might be the stock answer that AI is giving me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, is ignorance isn't what do they say about the law?
9/10 of it? I don't think it's ignorance.
Ownership.
That's possession.
No, ownership.
Possession.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Possession. Yeah. And that's like when a ghost touches you and all that stuff, isn't it?
Ghost touching? What do you mean?
Possession.
Oh, interesting. Yes, I see what you're saying.
Isn't
I'm
that
asking
cool?
a more specific
Isn't
question.
English language really cool?
Yeah. The legal status of a found coffin on public or private land is complex and depends on several factors. God, I didn't want to get into this. We have more story to cover. We have actually kind of a big one. Oh, God. Do I do the foreskin story? No.
Oh, I love that.
Really? Oh, my God. Foreskin,
I had some
Jared.
really good, I deleted all of them, but I had a lot of penis related stories from last week. So it's a shame.
Let's save that for just a second. I want to get through something kind of more important than that. Hopefully some families felt some justice was served this week. Have you heard of Jason Thornburg? Does that name
come Friday to mind? The 13th?
No, that is today though. So happy.
Different guy?
No, this is a different Jason. This is an accused serial killer. And 3 years ago, I guess this situation kind of found itself partially resolving, and then it fully resolved this week. So here's a little update. Or no, pardon me. This is the initial report. Bad hair. It gets worse.
We're told it was security video that led Fort Worth police to this man. He stands accused right now of killing people in his hotel room over several days this month. According to an arrest warrant, the man told police that he believed that the victims were sacrifices. Our Jason Allen live in Euless this afternoon, where police are still going over the crime scene at this hour. Jason?
You see that lift?
Wait, you're talking about the transition that he popped out of a garage, basically.
Yeah, they revealed an
Jason
alive
Allen
guy.
here. Yeah, this guy's gonna tell you the story about what happened in this hotel. Pardon me, motel.
Investigators believe that all three of those murders, a man and two women, happened in this hotel room right back here, and the remains were kept there as well until the suspect dumped them and set them on fire last week.
6 days after firefighters discovered the remains of three people inside a burning dumpster in Fort Worth, police tracked down and arrested 41-year-old Jason Thornburg, who admitted he was responsible for the murders.
This was shocking, it's unsettling, and we knew bringing someone to justice in this case was paramount.
It was security video of a truck at the scene of the fire that led police to Thornburg. They had come across him before during an investigation of a suspicious fatal fire in May.
Yeah, so let's run through the timeline a little bit. Jason Thornburg, convicted at this point as of this week, American serial killer from Fort Worth, Texas, born in 1980. His crimes spanned between 1917. What is he? A guy in Chesapeake Bay found in a pine box? No, 2017 through 2021. Here's how things kind of played out. 2017, Tanya Begay was his girlfriend. They were in Arizona, and she went missing. But the body has never been found. The FBI considers this an open case, but he did confess to killing her. And then between 2017 and May 21st of 2021, who knows what this guy was up to? I imagine if you are the killing type, you don't stop killing in that period. But May 21st, like I said, Mark Jewell, 61, who is his roommate. And I'll never understand people who live with old people. Seems like they're always like the victim of a situation like this. So it's sad to me that elderly folks or folks later in age are put in positions where they have to move in with potential strangers. That's disappointing.
Deadpool.
Deadpool is exactly right. Great reference. I still need to watch that Deadpool Wolverine one. I'm not much of a comic book movie guy, but I do find him quite charming, that Ryan Reynolds.
I watched the first two, and I put on the third one, and I just couldn't make it through it.
I almost put it on,
I'll try it
on the
again.
airplane, and I was like, nah, there's too much shame attached to this. I don't want to be the guy watching Deadpool and Wolverine on an airplane screen, you know?
Probably, yeah.
Something not
freak
good.
Shit that the kid behind you is going to see, and you're going
to... Thomas...
Freak.
is that his name? Yeah, where did I lose this? Jason, pardon me. He did confess to killing this guy, Mark. He killed him during a... Oh, God, I forgot about this. He basically caused their home to explode, which I think... kind of shows
at a house where Thornburg had been living with the victim. When police talked to Thornburg, an arrest warrant affidavit says he told them he, quote, believed that he was being called to commit sacrifices.
So not just the final stuff that happened in the motel, but he exploded his house with his roommate in it in an attempt to sacrifice people.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that was May, and then September, over the course of 7 days, pardon me, at the Mid-City Inn in Euless, Euless, Texas. You ever been there?
I'm sorry, what is it?
Euless, Euless.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, this guy, David, Lueras, Lures. He was 42. He shared a motel room with Jason for several days and ended up getting his throat slit, unfortunately, as part of this sacrifice. And he also ate part of the victim's heart and cut off his penis. We'll talk more about that in a second. Not in this case, but separate case. And then dismembered the body in the motel bathtub. His next victim, Mari Cruz. Oh, God, what? How do you pronounce this? This is a fully new one for me. Maricruz. Mari Cruz? I don't know.
Mari Cruz?
Yeah. 33-year-old, also neck slit by this disgusting guy and dismembered in the bathtub. And then Lauren Phillips, 34, was strangled and sexually assaulted post-death, and then dismembered in the bathtub as well. And then after each killing, he stored the remains in trash bags under his bed before putting them in Rubbermaid storage tubs. And September 22nd, 2021. In the early morning hours, he transported his victims to that dumpster on Bonnie Drive in Fort Worth, Texas, where he set it on fire. And you saw those images just a few minutes ago. And firefighters showed up at 6:15, discovered the bodies, and like they said again, quickly identified him by his car being seen on CCTV. And he said that he believed these people were sacrifices, again, for religious reasons, and told the authorities that he had an in-depth knowledge of the Bible.
Very cool.
Yeah. So,
what's your favorite book?
One of those victims was David Luaris, who police identified through tattoos. They also believe they have now identified 2 women who came to Thornburg's room in subsequent days. One was killed with a knife, the other strangled, and all the remains kept there until last week.
It's odd that he could have been so, appearing to be so religious and spiritual and wanting to help people and stuff like that. And
it's a little unsettling, isn't it?
It's well, like I said, it made me feel like I want to throw up or something, you know?
Oh, really? Big surprise. She's acting really...
Got a vom, dude.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is such a... I just never thought I'd feel this way after finding out someone I thought was a religious pal of mine did such awful things.
People who met Thornburg at the motel said he often sat outside reading his Bible. He left postcards in the motel lobby for a local church. In a binder from a summer leadership conference he attended, he wrote on one of his worksheets he wanted to be a missionary, and his greatest strength was a sense of purpose, a sense of destiny that must be achieved.
Police said that Thornburg also admitted...
Jared, are you falling asleep or are your eyes hurting you?
On both things.
Oh, no. Okay.
To sacrificing his girlfriend in Arizona.
I drink a Red Bull and
think that
it's
they have
like
any
not
other
working.
cases right here.
Oh, God. AB just pointed out that the girlfriend was a Hopi Native American?
Hopi.
Yeah.
I'm going to stand up.
Oh, no. You're fading that hard? We can wrap here in a few minutes. I don't want to keep you
I'm
up.
standing up.
Oh, my God. You almost fell asleep sitting.
If you remember, we did a podcast last night.
Oh, yeah. We went
that
late.
Lasted, I'm just going to leave the shirt. The shirt is sick.
It's a good shirt. The Blood Brothers live. Yeah. No, I'm with you, man. I am fucking cooked at this point. I have not slept a full night for a week and a half at this point. It's miserable.
So I'll tell you what happened before we started recording yesterday is I got home. I've been working 10 and a half, 11-hour days all week.
Mm-hmm.
And I got home and I was like, I'm so hungry right now. And I was looking at all of the food in my fridge, which there's not much because I'm leaving town next week. So I didn't want to have a bunch of stuff in there.
Sure.
And, so I'm at the end of what was in there, but I have all these angel sweet tomatoes, these little tiny guys.
Yeah, they're fun to eat. Snack on, put in a salad, maybe put in a pasta too, even.
Exactly. And so then for a minute there, I was like, you cook some of this up, make a little for the bread, the little crusty bread, throw a little tomato on there, right?
What do they call that?
Balsamic with the basil and a little bit of the tomato.
What is that called? Why am I spacing on that? The
I don't
tomato,
know.
the mozzarella.
Just a spread of tomato, I don't know.
Basil. What would that be called?
Bruschetta.
Is it a bruschetta? Or it's not a caprese salad, is it?
No, caprese is it's similar. That's what I feel like with the pearls of mozzarella.
There. Yeah, yes. Interesting. So
I have an onion, and so then anyway,
Byron, if you're there, come up.
Sorry, I thought
I just end up making what's that?
No, I thought he said stand up, and I was going to say just like you, but he says come
me.
up. So pardon me.
So I made a marinara, and I was like, man, I should just really eat dinner or something, just eat a sandwich or something like that. And I was like, no, this is important. So I finished it probably within maybe 3 minutes of you sending me the link to the chat.
Last night.
And yeah, last night. So then I was just dipping a Martin's roll into tomato sauce, and then eating that. And then I jumped in a chat with you and Dennis.
God, well, at least you weren't doing it during the show, right? Because I haven't heard your audio from your end yet, so maybe it's just like you eating bread and sauce.
It's me sounding like Mamma Mia.
Yeah, I mean, we did talk a lot about Luigi Mangione, but yeah, I'm with you, man. It's been a long couple weeks, and I appreciate you, pushing through. And I hope you get the chance to sleep in tomorrow. I know I'm gonna.
I think I do. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna go buy some GameCube games tomorrow.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
That sounds kind of cool.
I got a secret GameCube guy.
Let's jump past all these horrific details and get to the justice.
A jury has just recommended the death penalty for a man convicted of brutally killing 3 people and dismembering their bodies. Thank you for joining us. I'm Chris Lawrence.
I'm Cynthia Segeva. The decision comes after a trial and sentencing period looking at the facts of that case. And Matt Houston just heard from the victims' families in court.
Therefore, this court sentences you, Jason Allen Thornburg, to death.
Jason Thornburg sat silently as jurors, some in tears, sentenced him to death.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You said it was bad before. It's not pushed back. It is slicked back. And it looks way
piece
worse.
Of shit.
It seems like he didn't cut it at all since he got in. Apparently, 3 years of growth on that. But
got a bad shape to it.
Yeah, it's not good.
4 people took the witness stand to mourn their loved ones and speak to their killer.
And you show no remorse for what you did. You won't even tell us where she's at.
This man has been in front of you since August.
Wednesday's closing arguments were welcome. For almost a month, jurors and victims' relatives endured gruesome details, grotesque pictures, and gut-churning testimony.
The death penalty is reserved for the most heinous of crimes and the most evil of people, and that is Jason. If not Jason Thornburg, then who?
The jury already convicted Jason Thornburg of murdering 3 people he knew in 2021. The 44-year-old told investigators he sacrificed his victims inside a Euless motel room, dismembered them, and ate some body parts as part of a ritual. Firefighters found the bodies burning in a Fort Worth dumpster.
He is a psychopath. Yeah. He is evil.
Thornburg later admitted to killing 2 other people before this. His own attorneys today called him a serial killer and a cannibal.
Jason was those things in 2021.
He's fine now.
But we have to think about how Jason got there.
Oh, okay. I mean, now I'm curious. Interest peaked.
Yeah, what happened?
Jason got there because that's the position his mother put him in.
They blamed his behavior on fetal alcohol syndrome and asked jurors for mercy. Medication has changed Thornburg's life, they said.
From the get-go, he was doomed in the womb. He had no chance.
That's his glove doesn't fit. You must have quit. He was doomed in the womb.
Doomed in the womb. I'm gonna write that one down.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but
To be the correct person he should be.
But prosecutors told the jury Thornburg remains too dangerous to live, that he's made weapons in jail, and that he almost got away with these killings. In Tarrant County, I'm Matt Houston.
Yeah, that's rough. That's a tricky, bad, awful situation. And I hope that the families of the victims get some justice from this. I don't know.
Yeah.
Stinker. I don't know. Have we had the discussion about where you stand on the death penalty? I don't know if I even have.
Well, I'm not for it.
You are not for it?
No, I think it's a waste of people's time and taxpayer money.
I think that's probably true. And if there's a place for him to be locked up for good, that's probably the best choice.
Yeah.
Even though it's a fairly clear example of someone who did commit
jail
brutal murders.
But
Jail is a bummer. For some people, they really would rather, just not be there, alive, Yeah.
So. Remember what we learned about jail? There's somebody asking us about if we get the extra long LTC episode this week.
Well, there will be a bonus hour at shrug.club, and the episode will probably be a little bit less than 2 hours long. They unfortunately end up that long. Unfortunate for me, great for listeners of the show. But yeah. That's a
Yeah,
great point,
I don't know.
AB. There are millions of fetal alcohol affected children who grew up to be adults that don't become cannibalistic serial killers. So, not a great excuse. Can't just blame it on the mother. I'm going to skip over the drone stuff, even though it is in the title of the show. Maybe I'll play one thing. There's a report that came out a couple hours ago about a crashed drone.
A major response from authorities that could be related to an incident involving a drone. It is happening in Hillsborough, New Jersey. Fox 5's Stephanie Bertini is live from that scene. Stephanie, obviously so much frustration at what is even happening in the skies above us, so this might be a big answer.
Yeah, Bianca, I talked to several people who tell us they heard a drone crash somewhere behind where I'm standing. We're working to get that information confirmed with officials. Our chopper has been flying over the area this morning. Here's some video. We're showing you that view from above. We're in a shopping plaza in Hillsborough, just off Route 206. First responders have been here.
What's going on?
It's just not what it used to be.
A shopping plaza in Hillsborough. We're showing you that view from above. We're in a shopping plaza in Hillsborough.
Above and plasma back to back.
Just off Route 206, first responders have been here all morning, including Hillsborough police, a lot of onlookers. I talked to one woman who says her concerns are growing, calling all the recent drone activity very bizarre. She says she heard the drone crash happened overnight here, but she says that she's seen several, what she believes are drones anyway, flying around her home. She says she lives not too far from where we're live right now. Now, we've reported on these drone concerns in New Jersey. Some experts have said the sightings could very well be lawfully manned aircrafts. Today, we're hearing from officials on Staten Island about the same topic. Take a listen.
You know, there's a saying that we had after 9/11. If you see something, say something.
Oh, really?
I think that's become, if you see something, don't worry about it, because we saw it too. And the people of Staten Island deserve answers. The people of this city and state and region deserve answers of what the heck is going on.
I saw the last minute or so.
So we heard from the
live.
FBI, and the FBI says there's no reason to believe that these recent possible drone sightings pose a national security threat. Now,
for people who don't know, how could you? There's just been thousands of sightings of small to car-sized drones flying over the east coast of the United States for the past few weeks.
And the West Coast yesterday.
Yeah,
and in your neck of the woods today.
Oh, really? There's Montana drones now?
Yeah, and in your subreddit.
I did not know that. Well, I don't trust the
Hickoy sent it to me earlier.
Those guys are psycho in there.
Yeah. I don't doubt it.
It's a rough crowd in there, but I guess I don't truly doubt it. But at this point, for the FBI to dismiss it and say that there's no cause for alarm, even me, the most pushbacky, non-conspiratorial minded person on the planet, this is getting ridiculous. It needs to be addressed, and people need to know what's going on. Or are we just attempting to
trying to shoot him down earlier too?
Should we just fully tank Joe Biden's legacy at this point? Bad debate performance, dementia, pardoned his son, and now, I guess the Chinese balloon, and now we're going to let this happen too under that administration. It's not good. It's a bummer.
No, he doesn't care anymore, man. He's checked out.
Yeah, that stinks.
I'll just tell you what, Jack.
Yes, Jack?
I want to go eat a little bit of ice cream and go take a nap.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Thank you.
Yeah, I need some.
Can I get one of them?
Chip cookies.
Get past you one of those.
Can I have a couple?
Byron, if you're there, come up.
Great, I'm right here.
That's my worst enemy. I just heard him. He's my worst enemy, Mr. Trent.
Do I really want to end this? God, this is bad. Foreskin. Bio males all have it. Some ditch it, and in this case, more than others. This is a rough story, Jared. I'm really sorry about it.
The system had not been so broken, this would have never happened.
Let's see. Wait. AB has something to say.
Oh, of course. There are. Has anyone else noticed all the drone/UAP videos have turned into planes lined up in landing approach or helicopters? In one case, an electric line reflective buoy buoy. Yes, I have seen a few drone videos in the last few days that are drones, but they're clearly that drones, either personal or question mark, with wings, rotors, and flight lights. Pardon me. The mystery for me remains who and why. Well, I mean, when you say they're ours, you mean they're not Iranian drones from a mothership parked off the coast of New Jersey, like that one. Was it a senator who said that? Do you remember? Someone came out and said Iranian mothership drones.
Yeah, there was a few. I remember that I had texted you about it earlier. That's like one thing that I had.
It was
seen.
a lawmaker. What was?
But the Pentagon said no.
I've been informed by members of Congress that an Iranian mothership is buzzing my house with drones. That was a MAGA Trump supporter from the Representative Jeff Van Drew said that they very possibly could be from Iran. But they're definitely not UFOs, which I think everyone's kind of okay with at this point, which is good because UFOs don't usually have, flashing multicolored lights attached to them.
So it's how Elon stole the election.
Is that right?
I'll tell you that right now. Yes, sir. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
This is Starlink 2, electric boogaloo, and they're stealing the election with this right here.
The electric boogaloo boys.
Yeah,
Starlink
that's
2.
them.
Yeah, they drop out of those chain ladders and they all slide down in their Hawaiian shirts and their tactical vests and steal the election.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Byron, if you're there, come up.
This is awful, though.
Come on up.
Thanks for that insight, AB, because I totally agree with you. They have to be military testing, and they are unwilling to share that with the public, which is not going to create much trust and transparency. So
this is why they got rid of the Book It program. This is why they brought it back, and why they'll get rid of it again.
Yeah. They're never going to give us what we deserve because we let them. Because we let them take it from us.
We let them. Yeah, they boss us around, and we let them do it.
Yeah, give us back our Book It.
Family is calling for change after winning a lawsuit against a South Florida doctor they say mutilated their infant son. That doctor had just learned his license was being revoked.
NBC6's investigative reporter Amy Viteri spoke with the boy's father, who says the way Florida regulates doctors fails patients.
And we're not showing the boy's face to protect his privacy.
Good.
And we do want to warn you, some of the details are upsetting.
Oof.
We try to do everything right, but it felt like, in this case, we had failed our son.
What?
Is that Kermit the Frog?
That little boy with the banjo?
Yeah, well, well, he's not a little boy. He's like a green old man. He's a frog.
Michael Lubin says his son, Gabriel, was born healthy on February 5th, 2021.
We had gone to a birthing center instead of a hospital because during COVID, I wasn't allowed to be in the hospitals with my wife.
He says their midwife recommended Dr. Berto Lopez to circumcise their son.
We set up an appointment February 15th, so he'd be 10 days old.
But once Lopez began the procedure at his then West Palm Beach practice, Michael says he immediately sensed things were not going well.
There was so much blood, I couldn't even recognize what was going on.
Michael says he watched helplessly as the doctor tried to stop the bleeding for 45 minutes without success.
Yeah, 45 minutes. You got the belt there. What's you got yourself your belt. You're trying to wake yourself up a little bit.
I'm trying to hype up. Yeah, it's like putting a mask on.
You're like the champ of staying awake at this point.
Yeah, I'm awake champ.
Screaming the whole time. He was obviously in a lot of pain.
He says eventually Lopez left and sent the family home. According to this lawsuit, it wasn't until visiting another doctor Michael learned what exactly went wrong.
In addition to cutting off the foreskin, he had also cut off over 50% of the head of the penis.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So this doc, not only did he make the son bleed for over 45 minutes, then decide to pack up and leave and send the family home afterwards, he took off way too much of this small boy's penis.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And that tissue was lost.
But what he learned next left him questioning how Lopez was even allowed to treat his son that day.
I found out that his license had been revoked. It was a tough thing to discover.
Just 10 days earlier, the same day Gabriel was born, Florida's Board of Medicine voted to revoke Lopez's medical license. But the final order was not filed until February 23rd, more than 2 weeks after the revocation and Gabriel's procedure.
They allowed him to slip through on a technicality.
Attorney Gary Cohen represents the Lubin family. He says Lopez knew his license was being pulled when he circumcised the Lubin son.
I mean, that's really all we need to hear from that. Just an awful situation for this poor family.
Yeah, rough.
No baby should bleed for 45 minutes, in a non-anesthesia procedure involving a circumcision. Yeah, bad. Just a quick scroll. Jared, I want to say you are the champ of staying awake. I can tell how hard you're trying, and I really appreciate you. And for that reason,
I'm the king right now.
I guess I have a couple of videos. Oh, good. I have a fun one to go out on. Before we do, I want to play a quick video that folks in the Discord of Frightday at discord.frightday.com shared with me. This is a drone image that is not confirmed, but I think it's really interesting. I haven't seen any of these before, and I would be curious to know what the viewers believe. Let me try to get this window straightened out. There we go. That'll work.
This is crazy. God, look at it.
Let me try to straighten that out for the folks at home again. There we go. Nope. There we go. That'll work. Whatever.
That's not a plane. Yeah, it's wild. That's not my camera.
That's not your typical drone, Jared. It's coming back.
I had to go
around.
run in and get my camera. Nobody was gonna believe me. That's with my camera.
Is that J.K. Simmons? My God, is that J.K. Simmons music?
Oh my God, it's Red One. We've got Red One, Donner, Blitzen, Comet Cupid, all of them. So I feel like this might be the best shot of it. It is up close. You see, it's like almost a 3-tiered object here.
Yeah, they're like a stack.
And maybe they're just like refueling or something. I don't know. Like maybe they're charging each other's batteries. Maybe it's a new prototype of a drone. But someone says that is a Star Wars TIE fighter, a TIE interceptor to be exact. So that kind of makes sense. That tracks.
Looks like one of them Clone War robots.
But is it truly that?
With the horse face.
Is it like a drone that is a Star Wars drone, or what exactly is the situation?
Operation Star Wars is all we do now. That's the whole Disney brand.
And so to wrap things up, where was it? Was it the film Alive? That was a Argentinian plane crash? Is that right? The true story of that plane crash in the Andes mountain? Oh, Uruguay's rugby team crashed out there. This is a situation in a Colombian flight. Some TikToker was given an ominous gift, and well, I'll just show you the situation, how it plays out. This is our last video for tonight. So she's on this plane, and the staff, the steward, the flight attendants start handing out these electric candles to all the passengers.
Okay. Amen.
So she
Are we dying?
prays and asks, "Are we dying?" and starts kind of reading through the flight plane like emergency card. She thinks this is a fun bit. But then there's some aggressive turbulence.
Por favor, permanecer sentados con el cinturón ajustado mientras señales estén encendidas y prestar especial atención.
She doesn't speak the language, and she starts thinking that maybe they assumed that the passengers would have to pray because this plane was at risk of crashing due to weather.
A las indicaciones.
And they land. She thinks it's a hard landing. I think it's a fine landing.
I made it.
The candles were Christmas gifts from the plane company. Very interesting. Kind of an odd gift to be given, but, you know, a fun moment to kind of walk through, you know.
You weren't at any risk, and that is very nice.
Yes, it is good to not be at risk while flying. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much all there is to it. Appreciate you, AB. Thanks for saying that. Go get some sleep. We will. I'm sleeping in deep tonight. Jared, I hope you're doing the same. Thanks everyone also for, you know, spending time with us. Phoenix, Max, I see you there. Yeah. You have a great rest of your nights. I'll give you a quick.
We value faith, family, and the United States military.
Those are the things that matter most to us. And until next episode, I have another button, I imagine, here, right? Oh, I could push this. Jared can't hear it, though. Appreciate you very much. Thanks so much for spending your Friday with us. Your Friday the 13th with us. You know, it's a special time. We appreciate you very much. And episode 400 right around the corner. Make sure to get your questions into us. They don't have to be about horror, hauntings, cryptids, conspiracies, aliens, or true crime. They can be for Kelly and I, or Dennis, or Jared. Any of the Audio Wolf folks, any questions you have. Jared, you are the king.
King B.
Appreciate you very much.
You gonna challenge me? Royal Rumble is next month, my dog.
I'm going to bed.
You got 30 guys coming in. Every y'all going over the top.
Great. Until next Casual Frightday, we will see you later.
You've been listening to an Audio Wool original, produced by Byron McKoy. Theme music is provided by Yawns. For more programs like this, visit audiowool.co.